So as we're starting to get a bit closer to golf season, it's a good time now to start looking at some short game stuff and how we can get ourselves a little bit better 30 yards and closer to the green. It's important that you've got just a plain vanilla standard pitch shot that you can just flight onto the green, get a ball to stay on the green, not run off the green the other side. So you're not compounding the error. Tour players don't get up and down 100% of the time from around the green, but they're certainly not taking 4 shots to get the golf ball in the hole. So it's a good idea to build a, let's say, a repeatable, plain vanilla, bog standard pitch shot from that sort of 15 to 20 yard range. And one of the issues we see with players playing this shot is quite simply over-flexing the elbows in both the backswing and in the follow-through. So we want to try and keep the right arm especially fairly constant backwards and forwards. You don't want to see a lot of pulling in with the elbow and then having to straighten it, and certainly not a huge amount of conscious wrist motion. So an exercise I'd like you to do, holding the club in your right hand, just get your left hand underneath your right armpit and just make some swings where we're going to approximately shaft level with the ground and then through to shaft level with the ground, just keeping a constant pressure against your left hand there through the right arm. And you'll feel when you do this a little chest rotation backwards and forwards, but again, no conscious wrist action. We don't want to be really moving the wrists up and down. That's just adding to the complexity of this. And you can hit a few little shots doing this drill. Just take your setup, get that right hand on the club, get the left hand under that armpit, and then it's just a little 1, 2 type of motion. Just allow the loft of the club there to pop the ball up and in the air. Again, same thing. Just see if we can't get that nice blend of some arm swing, keeping the elbows fairly constant, and a little chest rotation backwards and forwards. And then I would always just like to pop my hands on the club there at the finish so I can get a feel for where I want the stroke to try and end. And then once you've done it a few times, just hit a couple as you would do ordinarily. A little chest rotation, a little movement there with the chest through the ball, and keeping the elbows fairly constant, not locked out, but just trying to feel you keep them fairly constant from start to finish. Give this a go. This is really going to help your short game.